This is a voice check. This is a voice check. We'll be starting in around 5 minutes. Let me know in the live chat whether you guys can hear me a-okay or not. And again, just a quick heads up, the title of this video has nothing to do with the actual video. Well, actually this time around perhaps something to do with the stream today. To answer the question, big spoiler alert, is the bull market over? Of course freaking not. You guys should know better. It is actually time for opportunity, so we'll be talking about that very soon. Let me know in the chat whether you guys can hear me in the meantime, and hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell icon. I am not 100% just yet, but yeah, we're gonna have some fun today. Alright, let's get this started. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter, and I welcome you back to the Daily Mango live stream. The markets are pumping, the markets are dumping, they're doing it all within the same day, within the few last hours, actually. So definitely a lot of excitement in the markets, definitely a lot to talk about. I am not at 100% just yet, but I was feeling really good this morning, but I kind of tapped into all of that energy. I had a really nice conversation with one of the seedlings over phone call this morning. Needed to give him some tough love. I'm hoping he does join the stream. He did tell me he was going to be joining the stream. He is here, in fact, every single day, so I have no doubt that he will be joining the stream today. But that was supposed to be a quick 10 to 15 minute call, but you guys know me. I tend to go on my rants, and I go on and on and on, and at the end of it I realized that, damn, that was a 35-minute freaking call, tapped into a lot of my energy. I'm not feeling the best, and I realized that I'm feeling even worse now, so I do apologize if I take longer breaks today in between the analysis, but nonetheless, I'm gonna try to give you guys my best. Who do we have here thus far? Let's go through the chat before we do start with the charts. Chat before the charts. Old man is in here. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Thank you for showing up every single day. Cheryl is in here as well. Scott, how's it going, buddy? Persian Poker Baz says hello. Right back. Sam is in here. Sam Ayata. He says, good morning, Sean, Krisha, and hi to everyone. Good morning, right back at you, man. Glad that you were able to make it to the stream today. Mystery is in here too. He says, because why not? I think he's... Oh, he says, hey, first, and then he's responding to someone else. AJ Smalls is in here, says, yo, Sean, that is a very clickbaity title. Yeah, man, you gotta play the game. You gotta play the game, right? That's the YouTube game. You gotta have these titles that people want to click. Many of you would not have found Mango if it wasn't for the thumbnails, right? Or, I mean, I'm hoping it is because of the thumbnails, because I do put some effort into those thumbnails, and Jesus Christ, I'm getting tired already. I should have had a coffee right after, or right before the stream, rather. Alright, so what do we want to talk about today? Do we want to start with Ethereum? Do we want to start with Bitcoin? Or do we want to start with Cardano? Let me go and find the right window. Francis Razon is in here. How's it going, Francis? How are you, buddy? Mad Stories is in here as well. How you guys doing? Nishan Satyam, how are you, buddy? He says, hope you are recovering well, Sean. Thank you for the stream. It's kind of taking longer than usual this time around. It's probably because I'm not giving myself enough of a break. But hey, the markets are far too exciting to just, not hang out with you guys. Link, yeah, we will check out Link, but we won't start with Link. Amira says, by the way, how's it going, Amira? Good to see you in here every single day as well. I've been noticing that you've been one of the regulars recently, so good to see you in here. She says, I found Mango because of Krisha. Her voice doing TA is so soothing. Yeah, tell me about it. When we first met, this was like, what, 10 years ago? I used to get her to sing for me. You guys should hear her singing. We should get Krisha to do the Mango theme song. IJ, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. IJ is one of our newly knighted Mango Knights. Ordained a Mango Knight. Robert Zaragoza says, beautiful, I made some mistakes, had a bag of 350,000 VeChain and sold it a while back. Now kicking myself in the ass is what you mean. Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, man, that happens. I could tell you guys stories of, like, I've missed out on like 20x more after I got a 10x on a trade, right? And that really hurts, because you're already 10x on the trade. Another 20x more is huge. So yeah, I've been through that kind of pain. For example, on Ethereum, I mean, this is not an example, this is a counter example, more so me learning from my mistakes, right? You guys know, those of you who've been following for the past few weeks, that I had my eyes set on this resistance zone over here on Ethereum, right? But regardless of how much conviction we have on a resistance. We never try to call tops, we never try to call bottoms, which is why that and by the way, if this was a trend trade on Bitcoin, I would not even look to sell over here. But because it was a theme against Bitcoin, I said, you know what, I'll take some profits on Bitcoin into Bitcoin, but I will not sell off my entire trade, right? So we kept like around 70 to 75% of the trade still in it, because we don't know ever whether the trade is going to keep going or not. I rather sell on the way down as I see more and more confirmation that the trade is, you know, I want to see confirmation of the resistance level. But when Ethereum does something like this, right, simply smacks through resistance after resistance, I'm going to stay in the trade, right? I'm going to stay in the trade. I want to make money being wrong, right? Why not make money being wrong? And this is an example of, you know, you can make money when you're wrong. And I woke up this morning seeing Ethereum just smash through this resistance level over here. This was a buy opportunity, by the way, guys. The pullback was a buy opportunity. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. There's very few people in here today, 80 people. So maybe we don't do that long of a stream, because I don't want to be spending the little energy I do have when there aren't too many people here. Sandeep, how's it going, man? How are you? Across Canada says, yeah, I finally hit 200,000 after a long neck of waiting. Hey, man, congratulations! You're almost at $250,000. If you convert it to Canadian, wait, you are in Canada, so I'm not sure if you are converting that to Canadian dollars already, but you probably are not. So if you are 200,000 USD, you are at $250,000 Canadian dollars. So congratulations, buddy. Congratulations. Sandeep says, hey Sean, Sandy. Yeah, I kind of figured, man. Good to see you in the stream today. Robert Zaragoza says, tough lessons being learned and mistakes will only make us all stronger in this bull run. Exactly. And let's not forget about the next bull run, and more importantly, there's some massive gains to be made in the bear market that comes in the interim between this bull run and the next bull run, right? You set yourself up in the next bear market so that in the next bull run you don't need to work that hard. You just got to sit down and watch the fun at that point. Is it a mistake if you made a profit? Says Nathan Daniel. I don't understand, or rather I don't know what context you're referring to, but making a profit does not mean that it does not mean that you've traded well, right? It's completely irrelevant. You could take a loss and still be not a mistake, and on the flip side you could make a huge win and it could be a mistake, and you need to understand that, right? That's really important to understand for your long-term longevity. What's really important is you following your plan and making sure that you execute your plan no matter what happens. So you don't want to get lucky on your trades by making a mistake. If you make a mistake and you make a profit, that's bad trading, and in the long term it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. But if you follow your plan, right, you'll end up in a situation like this, because our plan was, okay, we're going to take some off over here because we're not feeling comfortable about this resistance level on the monthly time frame, but we're not going to take out the entire thing. Imagine if I went with my gut feeling, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to just pull out everything because that resistance level is really strong, I can buy back cheaper. I would have never been able to buy back cheaper, right? I would have missed out on the rest of the gains. AJ Smalls asks, asks, Sean, what would you say to people who want to add to their ETH position? It's completely fine to be looking to add to your position when the trend is strong. You want to be in that trend, and you want to strengthen that trade if it is feasible, right? If it meets your trade criteria. Now, what your trade criteria depends on you, right? Are you going to be waiting for a pullback based on a trend trade? Are you going to be waiting for a pullback into support, etc., etc.? But you don't want to just be buying willy-nilly because of FOMO, right? Have a plan, have proper positioning, right? Don't oversize on any trade. I say that when I'm completely oversized on my Bitcoin trade. At one point, I was severely oversized on Ethereum as well. Oh, by the way, Ethereum did hit $3,500 target last night, and it looks like it may want to go further, right? So remember what we did say. We said that the $3,500 target is going to be our midterm target before our long-term targets of $5,000 and $10,000, right? But at $3,500, we are going to be reassessing, and now's the time for reassessment. Unfortunately, we don't have enough information to look for anything just yet. This just had an impulsive move through its Bitcoin resistance level. So clearly the USD chart is being played out, right? Our levels were 2,000, 2,500, and then 3,000. It just blew past its Bitcoin level. Like, hey, I don't care what the Bitcoin resistance is doing. I'm going to be going up regardless. So looking good here. And remember what we talked about all the way back in September. Remember the month of September, where we discussed Ethereum possibly getting all the way to around $10,000. So what was Ethereum sitting at back in September? Jesus Christ. Yeah, we were sitting at around $300-ish, $350-ish. So we talked about 10,000 back then, and we outlined the sequence of events, right? We talked about the major resistance levels on the way, and 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500 were major levels. I'm looking at 5,000 as well, but at the moment we need to we need more information. This is the time for reassessment. This is not the time for FOMOing into trades. Thiel says bull market over. I thought you don't call tips. I think he means I thought you don't call tops or bottoms in Mango. We don't call tops or bottoms. If you're going to be one of those thumbnail analysis commenters, you might as well find a different channel instead of being toxic in here. Literally, by the way, it says bull market over. Nope. BTFD. So there's literally a nope right after that, but you decide to fixate on that one little and even if I did put a nope after that, doesn't really matter, because our thumbnails very rarely represent what we discuss in here. You literally ignored the beginning part of this analysis. Comment on the freaking thumbnail. Hit the dislike button, hit the X button, and find a different channel. The time for buying is when everyone else is crying. Bull market, yeah. Uni doing well too. Is ADA TA dead? What do you mean ADA TA is dead? Let's look at ADA though. Cardano giving us that weekly close, but like I said, right, not strong enough. It was a good weekly close, something we've been waiting for like around 9 weeks, but I'm not liking the Bitcoin pairing just yet. Remember what we're looking for the Bitcoin pairing to give us that confirmation on Cardano. I'm still in my Cardano trade, by the way, but for me to feel a lot more comfortable about it and me feel really good about the Cardano trade, I wanted to fill up this wick. I wanted to fill up this wick over here. Okay, I want price this week to fill up this wick. If it does that, I'm going to feel really good about the trade. For now, I'm just waiting patiently. How do I feel about... Jeffrey asks a good question. He says, good morning, Sean. Yeah, it's spelled SHAWN, by the way. I know you like to trade the major chains, but how do you feel about meme forks of DEX tokens like Pancake or ApeSwap? So the reason I trade the majors is because of liquidity, mostly because of liquidity. If there's liquidity on one of the lower cap coins, I'm willing to trade them too, but it's a little bit more difficult to find those, right? That's the only reason. If the chart's looking good, man, I'm willing to trade anything. It doesn't really matter. So Cake Swap or Cake BTC, right? Cake USDT. Krisha did do an analysis on this one. This one's looking good. She did do a daily video on this one, trending really well. Look at the dynamic, trending on the dynamic really well too. Gorgeous. This one's trending well, man. It looks like it wants to bounce over here too. Bull flagging, looks like. Yeah. So the Bitcoin pairing is not as gorgeous as the USD pairing, but I think you'd be better off sticking to the USD pairing on this one. So Cake's looking good. For the Bitcoin pairing, okay, cool. For Bitcoins, people are actually asking for a Bitcoin, eh? Let's go. So Bitcoin is doing something really freaking interesting, guys. Really interesting. Let's go ahead and talk about this. We did have a pullback coming down and testing the $55,500 support region. Now here's where it gets really interesting. If you turn on the Ichimoku on the daily time frame, okay, we did get the bearish TK cross right over there. We don't have confirmation of it just yet. We're likely going to get that confirmation on tomorrow's candle close because this TK cross just happened. It wasn't there yesterday, but with that candle close that we got yesterday, or rather this candle open that we got today, we have TK crossed. Okay, we've crossed bearish, but it is a weak bear cross. In fact, this could turn into a massively bullish signal if we do get the recross and the Tenkin recrosses over the Kijun above the cloud, provided price stays above the Tenkin and the Kijun as well, which is I don't say only, likely going to happen if we get that bullish TK cross yet again, right? So Bitcoin is beginning to look really interesting. This is resembling even more so now what happened between the 12K and the 10K region. I've been talking about my thoughts on that region, between this region over here, for a while now. If you guys missed it, go ahead and watch yesterday's stream. I'm too tired today. So bearish cross getting retested immediately, right? So here's the interesting thing. The bulls defended the initial bear cross that was going to happen. They defended that by pushing price above the TK, right? Now, however, the bears are retesting that. The bears are testing that defense, and they're looking to close price underneath the Tenkin and Kijun. If Bitcoin closes underneath the Tenkin and the Kijun, I'll be getting out of my trend trade, and I'll just be waiting again for a better opportunity. For now, however, we have the dynamic over there, by the way, as well, right over there. So keep that in mind. Things are coming into confluence. The trade isn't developed just yet, not yet at all. Remember, we are in a way front running this, right? The best way, or the best confirmation we could get is one, the bullish TK cross, the second bullish TK cross on the Ichimoku, along with the second weekly candle close above this major region over here, which does line up with the TK as well. Also, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed yet, something really interesting going on the oscillators on the weekly. You guys noticing this? What's going on here? Nishan Satyam says, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning, right back at you, man. Good morning, right back at you. Oh, wait, his message just showed up, but he said it a while ago. Apologies for that. It's a bit delayed on my end. Yeah, sometimes my YouTube chat thingy does that, and then the rest of the messages spam through. Dilip ETH says, hi, Sean. Love your analysis. Hey, man, appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the streams. Victor Zavadil says, hey dude, what are your thoughts on EIP 1559, and do you think it will have much of an influence on price action? I know it's not exactly a TA question, no, but it will have a impact on, like, the proposals tend to have an impact on price, whether it be in the short term or the long term. The thing is, you want to see that price action reflect first based on the, so let's say you have a thesis on the proposal, right? It could be a bullish thesis, it could be a bearish thesis, but you want to see that confirmation through price. If you have a bullish thesis, for example, based on any fundamental news, any fundamental proposal, blah blah blah, if you have a bullish thesis and the opposite happens, that's extremely bearish. If you have a bullish thesis and it goes into a bull trend or breaks bullish, that's not extremely bullish, that's just validation. Okay, that's just validation. So that's a dynamic that traders need to understand. If you have a bullish thesis on a fundamental piece of news, but the bearish price action is depicted on the charts, be very careful. Be very careful. Yep. Good answer, Jeffrey. Good answer indeed. We will look for the trigger. Do we have the trigger just yet? And we do have the trigger for this too. So this is going to take a few weeks to play out though. It's not going to happen very, very soon. But then again, you don't want to count Bitcoin out. I'm hoping this takes a few weeks to play out. I personally want, even though I'm heavy on Bitcoin, I want the altcoins to run a little bit, you know, have their moment in the in the sun. We do have altcoin dominance looking pretty good too. So really interesting chart on the Bitcoin, on the Ichimoku, by the way. Inverted Bitcoin dominance. By the way, Victor, how have you been enjoying the modules? We got to get you invited into the seed chat. I'm not sure whether Kusha invited you just yet, but I think we will be doing that latest this week, perhaps today or tomorrow, man. Alright, so we covered, okay, there's not much to cover on Ethereum. It's just hitting our targets at this point, 3,500, etc, etc, etc. Are we due for a pullback? Well, we got the pullback right over here. I think that is the 21 EMA. Is it? No, it's not the 21 EMA. Is it the dynamic? Okay, it's the dynamic. All you guys had to do ever since we got the breakout, buy along the dynamic each time we tested it. Tested over here as well on the op line. Remember what op line stands for? It's the opportunity line, or the opportunity dot rather. Right over here we tested that, almost tested the sol line as well, but good enough. Came down to test it yet again on the op line right over there, and I'm looking for continuation now. Let's see. We always look for continuation, right? We play the trend until the trend ends. We never look for tops unless like there's a map. In the seed modules, there's a in the advanced trend analysis module, there's a section where we talk about parabolic tops and bottoms. So but the way we look at it is a little bit more nuanced. So we never trade for that though. We only get cautious. The Mango Discord is good for discussions too, says Nathan Daniel. Yeah, man, the Mango Discord is a unique group, right? We are more of a family-oriented community in there, especially the seed group. The Grovelings are freaking amazing, really helpful people. So I really recommend, if you guys haven't joined the Mango Discord just yet, go ahead and join. Yeah, it's available at themangoway.com/discord. Indranil Jane says, guys who are watching, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and be part of the Mango community. Yes sir, thank you IJ, thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at SXP. If you guys do remember, we ended off yesterday's stream noticing something interesting on SXP. There it is. It's a USD pairing. What's the Bitcoin pairing we're looking at? Yeah, supported there. Came down to test it twice now, so let's see. Looking for continuation on this one. I'm not in this trade, but watching it nonetheless. I'm not yet in the seed chat too. Oh man, Francis, so yeah, we got to get you in, man. We're gonna get you guys in today. So because I've been sick and Krisha's been taking on the load for the daily streams, it's been really difficult for us. Seed is friendly, seed is chill, seed is mango. Hey Tan, how's it going, buddy? How are you, man? Francis, this is what I'll do, man. I'll shoot your PM right now, buddy. So, okay, Francis R on the Grove, right? I think that's you. Okay, I just shot your PM on Discord. So I think you've been talking to Krisha. Yeah, Krisha's so lazy, eh? I'm kidding. I went fishing today. Crypto was pumping when I lost cell service. 1 p.m. CST, driving back 7:45 p.m. CST. Everything was dumping. Fishing trip cost me $4,000. You can't think like that, man. You can't think like that. You got to live your life. What's the point? Okay, dude, what's the point of any of this if you can't go out and fish? Right? What's the point of any of this if you can't go out and hike? What's the point of any of this if you can't go out and enjoy the beach? So yeah, no, don't think like that, man. It will take you down a spiral of depression eventually. Trust me, I've spoken to people who have been doing this for 30-40 years, and the questions I asked them was more to do with their regrets. Like, because my concern before going into this journey was, what kind of life do I want to live, and what mistakes can I avoid? And most of them talked about how it was their missed opportunities with their family that they regret the most because they got too caught up in all of this. Right, so gotta live your life, man. You gotta fish. Okay, that's gonna be the motto. One of our mottos at the Mango community now. And Nathan, you get to be proud because your story is where this motto came from. You gotta fish. You gotta fish. I have cake right here, man. Someone was asking about cake, right? Cake's on my list, so clearly I'm looking at it. Rune, by the way, guys. Rune. Freaking Rune. Rune. Man, so last night in the did I say it on the Grove chat too? But right before going to bed, I was like, everyone, keep an eye on Rune. I know I talked about it on yesterday's stream over here. Okay, I told you guys that I'm in Rune. I'm in the Rune trade. And this is one of the ones I do like a lot. So yeah, nice little pump waking up to this one. So I watched my Ethereum pump and I watched my Rune pump. So Ethereum, I'm making money on it while being wrong on it, seeing rejection. I'm glad. Rune is going our way. Fishing, says Francis. Exactly, fishing, man. Francis also says, thank you, no worries, still busy grinding the seed program. How are you liking the modules, buddy? I put a lot of love and hard work into building those modules, deciding what sections go in, what sections don't go in, trimming things down. You know, a lot of effort went into deciding what doesn't go in as well. So really hoping you're enjoying the flow. AJ Small says, Sean, what is your criteria for good liquidity? Ooh, good question. Okay, so I'm not sure whether you reached that section in the seed modules. So we do talk about this in more detail in the seed modules. We talk about slippage, liquidity, etc., etc. But this is a good question, and you guys need to understand that liquidity is something very, very relative to you as a trader. A market could be illiquid to me but be liquid to you. A market could be liquid to me but be completely illiquid to you, right? Let's say you're a whale that you can't trade anything but Bitcoin. Well, then Ethereum is illiquid to you, but Ethereum is liquid to me, right? So a small cap, many of these small caps may be completely liquid to me because of multiple things. There might be not enough in the order book at all, or two, the spread may be way too much, etc., 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 right? So it depends on you as a trader, your risk tolerance in terms of the actual slippage possible. This is where the risk management module also helps a lot, guys. So you can use that to your advantage when playing the mic. One of the reasons the risk management module helps me a lot more so than on Bitcoin is with the altcoins. Coins like Ethereum, right? That has a lot more volatility. Like, yes, has volatility towards the upside, but towards the downside too. How do you stay in those trades? That's where your risk management really matters. Your risk management strategy, guys, is going to keep you in the altcoin gains. That's what people don't understand. The TA, your TA may help you get into the trade, but your risk management will keep you in at the right times and get you out when it matters, right? Getting out because the market forced you out because of bad risk management ends up with you losing out on massive gains, and then you're thinking, man, I called that right, but I didn't take part in it, right? That hurts. So yeah, going back to your question though, AJ, it depends on your portfolio size, etc., and whether there's enough on the order book for you to buy. My throat's really hurting now, jeez. Krisha was like, Sean, make sure it's a 30-minute stream only. It's 30-minute stream only. You spent 30 minutes talking already this morning, so I'm not going to be keeping it under 30 minutes, that's for sure. It's already at 45 minutes today. Dilip Eth says, hey Sean, I made close to 400. Oh, you made close to $400,000 in this bull run. Life-changing money made on a few alts. I have never been good at selling. Do you have any strategy for when to sell? Congratulations on your gains. $400,000. That's almost $500,000. It is $500,000 if you convert it to Canadian dollars. But do you have any strategy for when to sell? No, man. You have to. I don't have like one fixed way of knowing when to sell. Like I've talked to you guys many times, this also depends on your trading strategy, your trading personality. If you're trading, for example, support and resistance, right? Let me delete this. Let's use this area over here. You're trading support and resistance. Well, you want to sell at resistance. It becomes really easy when you're trading support and resistance. If you're trend trading, however, this is where it gets difficult because you want to stay in the trend the entire time, and you only get out when the trend ends. Which means, and this is why I always tell you guys this, and I've not said this in a while, but I used to say it throughout the 10,000 to 20,000 region, right? I kept saying it to you guys. I'm like, guys, let me tell you something. I am never going to be selling at the cut. It is, how about it's not never. It is very, very, very unlikely that I will catch the top. Okay, very, very unlikely. And it's also very, very unlikely that the current price of the asset is where we end up selling. Okay, because let's say price is sitting, let me remove all of this. As a trend trader, price is trending, and then it reaches somewhere around here. It's very unlikely that I sell here. Very unlikely that I end up selling at this price. Okay, The only time I end up selling at this price on a trend trade, right, getting out of the position, is if price goes up much further and then it comes down, right, and then I exit over here because it broke trend. That is one of the situations I may end up selling at this price. Another situation is if we do this, go up like this a little bit, and let's say you guys are looking, or rather at the time we have the discussion, actually let's say that at the time we have the discussion, price is around here, and someone asks me, Sean, would you be selling at this price? And I say, no, I don't know, most likely not. Another situation in which I end up selling at this price is if price goes sideways, breaks trend, and then comes back to give us a retest, right? Then I'm out. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be selling. Price needs to unfold to answer your question. Trend trading is a little bit more difficult that way because you got to have a lot more fortitude of mind. Francis Razon says, thank you for the passion and the effort, brother. The C program is such an eye-opener and so informative. It humbles me. Hey, man, that's really awesome for you to say. Really appreciate that, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And hey, everything about Mango exists to humble all of us, not just you, but me too, right? The entire idea behind the naming of the community Mango is constant growth, constant fertility. That's what the mango tree represents. And the reason we want that as our foundation is because we want to constantly learn and constantly be humbled by everything we learn. Dilip says, okay, perfect, thanks Sean, that was really useful. Hey man, glad I was able to help. I know it's not the answer a lot of people are looking for, but I'm happy that was helpful to you, because that's the truth. Okay, that's the truth. People who tell you otherwise, be careful. Nobody knows, man, when the top of the market is. When you're selling support and resistance too, right? You're foregoing future wins, and you need to be okay with that, right? You're foregoing possible future wins, and a support and resistance trader does not care. He does not care, because his trade exists only in this area here. What happens after is a new trade to him. He may say this. He may say, I'm trading support and resistance. Then, if price does this, breaks out, I'll be looking to buy the SNR flip, where the resistance has now flipped into support, right? Because it was resistance, price broke up, retested it, moving up. Now he wants to trade this as his new support, and he's going to look for his next resistance level. And he'll just keep trading these ranges over and over again. That's a pure support and resistance trader. Now you can combine your strategies, make it a little bit more complicated, and play trend trading with support and resistance, etc. Kind of like what we did with ETH, right? What did I say? I said, hey, there's resistance overhead on the Bitcoin pairing, right? But the USD pairing has no resistance, which is why we don't really know what's ever going to happen, right? You don't know, which is why I sold a portion of my trade in case that resistance is met on the Bitcoin pairing. We start coming down. At that point, we start coming down further. I start selling more and more and more. Why? Because I got confirmation that I was right on my resistance. But did we get that? No, we did not get that, right? And now we're making money by being wrong, and I'm happy with that. But remember, we're not really wrong, right? Another key understanding to have, because I might be misleading, a little bit misleading over here, right? I want to clarify this. Another revelation that I had as a trader is to always keep a view on the macro picture, which is why I'm always looking at, you guys see me looking at the macro scene a lot, right? I'm always checking the bond market. The bond market dictates everything in the world right now. For now. It dictates everything in the world right now. You want to keep an eye on this. You want to see where money flow is coming from, where money is flowing into. That's the first macro picture to always keep an eye on. And then you want to be thinking about what could your asset that you're trading do on the grand scale, right? On the grand scale. Remember, we were talking about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was at $3,000 in the last market, right? we were already not Corona. I'm talking about the last market. We were already talking about $14,000 as a target to $20,000 eventually, and I was talking this area here, guys. When everybody else was bearish, I was talking about $320,000 Bitcoin. Okay, back then I was keeping an eye on the grand picture. And over here, if you guys go back and find the video where I talked about Ethereum at around $10,000. This was September. There's a video too over there where I called $50,000 Bitcoin. I said $50,000 is what we're looking for, okay, as one of our targets by the end of the year, or rather beginning of next year. We are looking at the monthly picture, etc., etc. The reason I'm talking about this is not to say, hey, I told you so, I told you so. In a way, everybody likes to say that, right? But the reason you guys want to always keep an eye on that is because it helps you risk manage against getting out of position too early. Because I'm telling myself there's a possibility of Ethereum going all the way up to $10,000, I don't sell all of my Ethereum ever. Because I'm telling myself Bitcoin may go up to $50,000, I did not ever sell Bitcoin, but I won't be selling Bitcoin anytime soon, right? Because I'm thinking about bigger numbers like 300,000. Until I get invalidated on that idea, I won't be selling, right? I'll sell on the way down as I get invalidated, and that's completely fine. We don't try to time tops and time bottoms, and that's what we mean by this. For Bitcoin rising channel, let's go and check it out. Are you looking at this? If it is, it broke down. I wouldn't call this I guess you could, but it broke down, man. It's a downtrend now on the 4 hour, by the way, right? Put that back, something like this, rising wedge, whatever. Some people are also looking at it like this, as a inverted head and shoulders, I think. I'm not sure how they're drawing it, but I guess this. You guys see it? By the way, this is not something I'm looking at, FYI. I think this is what they're looking at. I'm not sure. Obina, how's it going, man? Good to see you in here. Can you look at Sheesh token? Influencer backed Sheesh token. Aaron Doe is the dev, 5 million followers, blah blah blah. Is it trading on any exchange I can look at? Sheesh it's on Uniswap, man. Shisha Finance. Oh my god, man, you can't trade this, buddy. No, I wouldn't touch this. Looks like there's no liquidity on here to touch it either way. Don't gamble, guys, don't gamble. I mean, you guys can do what you want. It's just not my style to be looking. So like Cake, when people ask about Cake, you can trade this, right? You could always trade this. It even respected its freaking lows over here. Look at that. Like, the shot's beautiful, man. Look at that. Right? Look at that perfect test. All right, time to make mango coins, as AJ. Dilip is like, Sean, you're awesome, dude. Your simple answer is no. That's something. Sometimes that's all I can say, man. Okay, wait, let's go ahead and check out some of the majors, man. Nobody's asking about XRP. Nobody's asking about what are the other majors? Cardano. People, you guys have forgotten. Don't chase pumps, right? It was the same story with Ethereum, by the way. When Ethereum was being boring, people were calling it stable coin. Now look at it. I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna rant. What am I looking for? XRP. My brain's fogging up. Oof. Yeah, I looked at this yesterday. This weekly close was fantastic. Fantastic. Let's look at it though on the Poloniex chart. There's resistance over here on the daily, I believe. Was it? Yeah, this breakdown point. So XRP breaking this breakdown point over here is likely going to make its way all the way up to $3.30. That's a good trade. This was a really good trade right over here at 87 cents when we came and bounced off it. 86%. Hey Avi, how's it going, man? Tempted to trade your VTHO bag? What do you mean by trade it? Are you not trading it anyways by having a bag? You have a bag, you're trading it, man. It looks toppy over here, right? But it's a bull market, man. I'll tell you what you don't want to see it doing. You don't want to see it breaking that level there. If it does, probably coming down here. Well, it already tested 0.11, so likely going to come down here next. 0.01 on the dot ish. And let me have a level here. No level here. Some YouTubers are calling the bull run to be over. No, man. So literally the title says bull market over. Nope. This was a buy opportunity for many of the trending assets. So I bought Rune, by the way. I bought more Rune on let's see how it's doing. I bought Rune on the Bitcoin pairing, so I'm gonna look at the Bitcoin pairing. Oh yeah, did we already look at this? Jeez, yes. Today's gonna be my I told you so moment for Krisha. Let's look at Rune on the USD pairing as well. Yeah, because Krisha wasn't convinced that I should be adding to the Rune position. This is what I mean, by the way, guys, that Krisha and I have different trading styles. We don't always agree, which is why we don't trade the same account. We tried doing that a while ago, like years ago. It didn't work out. Hey, how's it going, Raja? How are you, man? Good to see you in here, buddy. Nathan, how are you, man? QS Amulin says, good night, everyone. Good night, buddy. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, man. So remember what we're looking for, Gabriel. Bitcoin to defend this TK crossover here for tomorrow. How long? Ooh, that's a good question. How long does it take for one to become a good trader, assuming one is willing to put the time in with discipline? If you put in the time and okay, so how long does it take? I would say if you're trading crypto, it could take around a year and a half max. I would say max. Okay, usually people say 2 to 3 years, but I think that's more like traditional markets. And I'm saying maximum, provided that you are willing to put in the time and the discipline. Okay, that's important. Just today I had a conversation with a seedling where I had to give him tough love, right? Like I told you guys, I had to give him tough love. I had to be a little bit harsh with him, and I'm like, listen, man, I'm going to lay it out on the table for you because I've noticed this right from the beginning with you. Okay, you're trying to rush this with the kind of questions you've been asking. You're trying to beat You're trying to capture as many wins as possible before you're even ready. Okay, and I already kind of alluded to this before, but now I'm going to get on call with you and say this out loud to you because you need to hear it. And one of the reasons, because people are trying to run before they learn how to crawl, right? And when you try to run before you learn to crawl, you're going to keep falling and getting hurt, and now you're taking yourself 10 steps back. So you slow yourself down by not realizing that, hey, listen, there's a lot that I don't know, so I need to learn what I don't know. And then after you learn what you don't know, there's more that you don't know that you don't know, right? There's so many things that you think you know but you don't know. So if you have the discipline to be like, you know what, let the markets do what they're doing right now, I'm going to follow this trading journey, this learning journey that I have in front of me. If you follow the learning journey that you have in front of you, as opposed to trying to, if you're trying to operate as a surgeon before you actually finish med school and learn how to be a surgeon, you're gonna freaking cause some damage, right? You guys got to trade the same way. You guys got to treat the markets the same way. You can't operate until you finish med school, right? So just go through med school first, learn properly, and then start being aggressive with the markets in the beginning. Though you don't want to do that. And also understand this. Everyone learns at their own pace. And when it comes to trading, you have that advantage to say, there's no one controlling you, right? You don't have a boss looking over your shoulder. You don't have a professor or a teacher with giving you deadlines. You get to choose how long you take, okay? The only thing you need to do is ensure that you have enough capital for when you are ready. If you blow all of your capital without being ready, then when the time comes for you to be ready, when you are ready, right? When the time comes that you are ready and for you to get aggressive, you don't have any capital. That is the worst freaking feeling ever. Or you've reduced your capital to half and you say things like, man, I wish I listened to Sean. I wish I listened to his advice. I wish I listened to his technique earlier. And I've heard this over and over and over again from people. So take it from me when I say, don't make that mistake. Sorry about the rant. Scott says, can you briefly explain an effective time frame to use with the risk management indicator? That is actually a good question, man. So it depends on the asset that you're trading. But let's say I'm trading with Bitcoin, okay? So he's, by the way, guys, he's referring to the Mango Seed risk management indicator. If I'm trading with Bitcoin, I'm going to go with a little bit more of a complicated question. If I'm trading the weekly, for example, I may do one of two things. I may just use the indicator on the weekly time frame, right? If I'm feeling a little bit more conservative. Or I may say, you know what, I'm taking my trade based on the weekly time frame confirmation, but I'm going to be basing the risk management exit, right, of the 3-day time frame. So you got to mix and match that way depending on how aggressive you are feeling about the market sentiment, or how conservative you are being, right? But either way, it's always best to stick to the higher time frames. Guys, you already looked at Sheesh. It's a no-go. Obina, I don't think it was it. It's different. So is there a different ticker for it? I looked up Sheesh, so you guys got to give me the right ticker then. If it's not on TradingView, I can't look at it, guys. I don't know what you guys want me to do. No, my thoughts are no. Any thoughts on 3x long and 3x BTC tokens on KuCoin? I am not a fan of those. I'd rather trade through the pure method. You have more control of your assets. We already looked at VJ and Tobias. Scott, you gotta make sure that you're not trying. Okay, this is what you might be doing, Scott. You might be trying to fit the position strength you want, the position size you want into your time frame, as opposed to going the opposite way, right? Remember, the entire point of the risk management indicator and the tool sheet provided to you is to give you your position size. It's to tell you what you should be putting in as your position size. If you're struggling, it could be, okay, I'm leaping a little bit over here, so I don't know the exact issue you're facing, but I know there was someone else who was trying to tailor the indicator and the tool sheet to make it fit the size he wanted, and that's not what you want to do. If you find yourself doing that, step back. Because there was someone I was talking to a while ago who wanted a bigger position size on Bitcoin, all the way down at around $10,000 than the indicator was, the tool sheet and the indicator was giving him. And he thought that, hey man, if I go with that position size, I won't get much of a win, right? Because his account wasn't as big. But now in hindsight, right? Now in hindsight, because remember, Mango Way is about trend trading and catching the big wins. Now in hindsight, if he had just stuck to what the indicator had given him and just trend traded Bitcoin, he would have been up 500% on that one trade, right? And he would have stuck with his risk first approach. So he learned that the hard way. You guys don't need to go through the hard way. Because if you go risk first, you get to stay in the trade with peace of mind. Doge, let's go look at Doge. Surprised nobody asked about Doge yet. Doge is actually looking pretty good. Great daily candle close. Great daily candle close right over there. I really like Dogecoin now. Well, not now. I liked it. I liked it over here too, right? On this candle close, and over here there was nothing to like. I liked it over here. So yeah, these are good areas to be buying. But again, this is not financial advice. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is a good break though. I don't know how people are calling bull market over. From what freaking angle is the bull market over, man? Jesus Christ. Yeah, Obina, thank you for sharing the link to the Discord channel, man. I appreciate that. What do I think of TWT? Let's go take a look. Oh, nice break on the weekly. That's such a bullish candle. This weekly candle is really bullish. I don't think you can draw as an ascending triangle, but structure is there either way, right? This level over here, you're seeing how the confluence met up with the Tenkan and the Kijun as well, right? I feel like this could come back a little bit more, man. Give you a better opportunity. These levels over here at around 85 cents to 78 cents is where I'd be looking to. So this is a good start. It's not there yet. The weekly is looking good, but it's still also indicating that this may go sideways for a bit. There are two things I'd be looking for, man. I'd be looking for this candle to fill up completely and retake this candle, and then I'd buy on strength on the next bull flag. I'll be looking to buy deeper in because I don't like the sell-off over here. Maybe somewhere around 85 cents to around 75, 78. searched the stream and couldn't find VeChain. Okay, let's take a look at it again for you. Yeah, we looked at this. Oh, was it yesterday? I may have looked at this yesterday. Yeah, so again, same thing, man. Not much has changed since yesterday. It's consolidating on support, which is not the best look against the Bitcoin pairing. So this was a major region of resistance that we did break past. We came and retested. That was your buy opportunity. Now you're looking for trend continuation. I'd wait for this downtrend to end, right? Double top, broke trend. So high, low, lower low, lower high, lower high. But now we're squeezing with high lows. Right, so it's a squeeze. It's not a downtrend. Apologies. It's a squeeze, and essentially candle closes above this region here, 404 Satoshi. I'd be looking for further upside all the way back to around 450 Satoshi, and then maybe trend continuation to new highs. Alright guys, I'm gonna be wrapping up now. I think we are at the 1 hour 15-minute mark. So if you guys have any questions, and please no TA coins, no shitcoin, altcoin requests, please, because I'm really tired. Solana, looking good. So remember, the major concept that we are keeping an eye on over here at the Mango community is Bitcoin, of course, Ethereum, of course. Another two that I'm keeping an eye on is Uni. Yep, this one's not as obvious, of course, but I like it. We start liking it right over here, right? That's when we got into our trade. It's looking great. Boom. Uni USDT and the Uni BTC pairing are looking good. So this is where we got into our trade. I thought I was looking at the Bitcoin pairing. So it's pretty much the same thing though, right? Uni BTC right there. This zone. Could we come back to retest that? Yeah, I'm just looking for trend continuation though now. I don't know how it's going to form. The best case, of course, is going to be consolidation up directly. Rune is something I really like. It's doing well right now. Already covered XRP2, man. TWT token will 10x. Other Binance coins like Bake and Cake only at $1 now. I don't know why I'm feeling sick though. Like I shouldn't be feeling sick for this song, but then again, we do tend to stay like unwell for like a week, right? By the way, I'm replying to AJ. AJ says, later Sean, hope you get some more rest today. Yeah. Tobias says thanks, man. Hey man, you're welcome. Gopchop says thanks. Okay, you guys referring to the VeChain chart, eh? Okay. Dot, yeah, let's look at Dot actually. I'm interested in Dot. We talked about Dot yesterday, bud. You guys know what I'm looking for though on Dot. I'm interested in Dot above the Tenkin Kijun, of course. We talked about this yesterday, and the easiest trade is going to be about $40. Until then, not interested. I was in the Dot trade. I reallocated. I'd rather buy higher, or so the easy trade is going to be in this zone here, and then here, and then continuation. All right, boys. With that, I'm going to be calling it quits, or calling it the end of the stream. Pranjal says, hello, please reply. I don't see your message, man, unless you message me on what? On Discord? Oh, up there he says you used to do trade. What does that mean? Nishan Satyam says, thank you for the stream. Take care. Hey man, you're very welcome. Avi's in here. He says, as long as the Fed keeps printing, we keep taking the market up. Pretty much. Pretty freaking much. Until we see some tightening, until we see some I don't know. Maybe they just let the yields run hot, right? If they keep letting the yields run hot, if you do see a bounce over here, let's go to dynamic and weekly. If you see a bounce over here breaking this region over here, then maybe it's a cause for concern, but until then, nothing more. Francis Roson says, see you again, bro. Have a good rest. Yeah, man. We'll chat soon. I did send you a PM, so let's talk and get you into the chat soon as well. Chinta Music says, I just came here. So if you guys missed the stream, you guys can rewind it, by the way. Some people don't know that, so you don't need to watch it live. It will also be uploaded on the channel right after, so around maybe 15 to 20 minutes it should be up. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. My name is Sean Dexter. Until tomorrow, do the mango way, do it the easy way, do the stress-free way.